have to do self-development, because if you're not growing yourself, you're not growing your business. So it's something we all need to constantly be working on. All of us leaders do it. And I will say I was one of those people who's always pretty positive. I didn't think it was a big deal or very needed, but Ricky really laid into me, you have to get into the self-development. And when I went to my first convention last year here with 3, I really saw it. And the reason why is because you're gonna have those times where you're gonna hit those roadblocks. You're gonna log online on a Facebook, somebody's gonna be a negative Nancy, making fun of MLM or network marketing, and it's gonna be like, oh, maybe I should stop. Is this embarrassing? Or you're gonna reach out to your friend, and they're gonna say, I'm not doing that, you're crazy, and it's gonna hurt your feelings. But you have to have a strong enough mind to know that that's not gonna bother you, and it's on to the next one. Let it roll off your back, and that's why the self-development is so important. So there's 3 big things I feel like with self-development, because if you don't, the 3 things that creep in is just not being able to recognize those gut checks. Don't compare yourself. That's number 1. Get inspired by people. If you look at someone and think, I can't be her, well, you're never going to be her because you're telling yourself that, or him. But get inspired, and if you're getting jealous, it's a natural thing. Sometimes we see people doing really well and we get a little jealous. That's a gut check. That's where you should recognize where you need to say, okay, I'm not doing enough self-development. Right there, you're identifying the problem and we need to move forward. So another thing is isolation. It's self-sabotage. Do not isolate yourself. If you're going through something, you should reach out to your team, and they'll be there to help you, because if we don't know what's going on, we can't help you. And doing this business alone is not fun. We're here as a team, we're a family. When I got involved in 3, it was kind of for selfish reasons, monetary gain, health for myself. But quickly I realized it was more than that, because we're in the business of what? The business of people, yes! So that's super important, and then once you understand that, it all just starts to unfold. And stay plugged in. You gotta stay plugged in with your teams, stay plugged in with our conventions, and all of the amazing tools that 3 has to offer, and just being involved. So I'm gonna go into a little backstory. So this is my son, Dallas. You'll see here. He is my youngest. At the time last summer, he was only 3 years old, and we were in the thick of potty training, and I just felt, I was calling Ricky, I said, I'm going crazy. I am not prepared for this. I don't think I'm meant to be a leader. I was doing all these Zooms and trainings. I was on calls. Dr. Colleen Litty and I felt like we didn't have voices by the end of the night because we were speaking so much. And Francois said, look, just take an hour a day for your kids, unplugged, block out that time, and just be present with them. I said, okay, that's good advice. So that night, I had a Zoom that night, and a woman might be here who was on the Zoom. I can't remember who it was, but little Dallas comes behind, pulls his pants down, and goes number 2 right on the Zoom in front of everyone. Oh my gosh, I was mortified. I run to go get the paper towels, and as I'm coming back, the dog beats me to it. All on the screen. Oh my gosh, I wanted to crawl in a hole. And the person on the other side of the Zoom was laughing hysterically. And it was like an aha moment. Oh my gosh, okay, nobody died. We don't need to take this so serious. So involve your family and all of that. Like, people know life happens. So don't get caught up in thinking everything has to be perfect. But maybe you're not in the thick of it. Maybe your business isn't growing yet. You might be not even started yet. Maybe you're just trying so hard to build your business, and that's where you're stuck at, and trying to figure out how to get over that obstacle. So I'm going to share a quick story about my good friend, Dr. Erin Quinn. So she is on my team. She's actually from Nashville, or she's from Jacksonville, but she lives in Nashville now. Erin and I used to cheer in the NFL together, but when she joined, her and I are very different. She's very reserved, quiet, and she doesn't have a social media presence. So she was a little unsure after she got a few no's. She's like, I don't think I'm cut out for this. She got on a call with Francoise and I. Francoise gave her that pep talk, and she said, you have to exhaust all efforts before you give up. And she said, okay, I can do this. Instead, she put her big girl pants on and she went out and she found someone very high influence in her community who owns a med spa. And that person has led her to a massive team, and she is now one of the top builders in the U Crew. So, had she, yeah, amazing. So had she given up just a few weeks before, you just never know. So you just have to have that strong mindset. You can do it. Try everything before you give up, because one of my favorite things is don't quit on a bad day, because I feel like in this world, today's society, we're always given these trophies for everything, and it makes us feel like if we lose, that's a bad thing. And it's okay to lose, because it teaches you to be better and pick yourself back up, so we can be better as humans and be better in whatever we're doing. So just recognizing that the only way to truly fail is to quit. Yes, you can have your losses, take your losses, and go through seasons. I've had my slow seasons as well. I really thought, oh, I hit my peak, and then I had a low slump. I'm done. I'm over it. And Ricky said that's a broke mindset. We're entrepreneurs. You don't think like that. Just because you put in the work, you think that you should be paid right there in the moment. And I said, well, I put in more work in this business than I ever have in the entire year. This past 3 weeks, I'm doing nothing but calls and meetings, and nothing's happening. And he said, yeah, welcome to entrepreneurship. And then come to find out a month later, I was like back up again. So that's just how this business works. You just can't give up, and you have to always persevere through it and recognize what's going to be that's getting in your way. When you start feeling that creep in, get out of it. If I get it, we all have those problems, just don't stay there. Move ahead. Just like racehorses, they have their blinders. They're not looking at competition. They're not looking at the loud noise going on. They're looking forward always, and that's what we need to be doing with our business. So that's kind of pretty much what I have for you, but I'm going to leave up a few points I have on here. No? Okay, never mind. But yeah. So anyways, that is pretty much what I wanted to talk about as far as how to overcome obstacles and all, but I think the best thing is just having that strong mindset and staying positive. But thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the beautiful, the amazing Hillary Schumann.